Welcome to episode 16 of the B Movie Club. I'm your host, Kevin. This week we're going to be talking about the 1985 action classic, Commando, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know you can't wait. For those of you joining us for the first time, the B Movie Club is where I'll pick a movie. Probably not a huge hit necessarily, maybe something a little off the radar, something that we enjoyed in our youth but haven't thought about lately, but something entertaining. Then during the week you guys can watch it, I'll watch it. You can send me your comments, send in your favorite quotes, and we'll discuss it during the show. So, couple things. In a couple weeks, I'm going to be doing the first annual An Evening with Samuel L. Jackson, where we will show A Long Kiss Goodnight, possibly one of his other hits, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Pulp Fiction, Snakes on a Plane, Sphere perhaps. And Samuel L. will be able to introduce those movies and share his personal experiences. Obviously, his schedule permitting, you know, he's a busy guy. And then I'm going to videotape my friends who come and watch the show and get their opinions on the movie and their feelings on it. And I'll put that on there, so we have that to look forward to in 2 weeks. This week, Commando. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays John Matrix. He is a former elite soldier who I guess is retired now. He lives up in the mountains above Los Angeles with his daughter, Alyssa Milano, one of her first roles ever. There you go. The bad guys consist of, first of all, the main henchman is this Freddie Mercury looking guy. He's got a handlebar mustache, a buzz cut, and he wears like a metal mesh see-through vest all the time, tank top, leather pants. And he works for this deposed, not disposed, that happens later in the movie, deposed South American dictator that I guess Arnold Schwarzenegger helped overthrow many years ago. So he wants Arnold to help him basically get rid of the new president of the South American country so he can go back and be the leader, I guess. Somehow they expect Arnold Schwarzenegger to do this all by himself, a one-man coup, if you will. Yeah, anywho, there's a few other guys, a bunch of mean mercenary types, so obviously Schwarzenegger doesn't want to go along with their plans, so he goes about tracking them down one at a time in order to find his way back to the secret lair of the bad guys, so he can basically rescue his daughter. So that's the plot of the movie without giving away too much. The bad guys die. Schwarzenegger, I think, gets a paper cut at one point. I don't know. He stubs his toe. Not too much happens in terms of that. A lot of action. There's a lot of buildings exploding, cars getting tipped over, people flying through the air. Good times. According to the documentary, 81 people are killed by Schwarzenegger over the course of this movie. There's one scene towards the end of the movie where he's invading the island fortress of the evil dictator. And, I mean, he literally single-handedly, mind you, kills like 60 people, not including buildings that explode and cars that go off a cliff or something like that. I mean, he's just murdering people. And of course, the bad guys are wandering into the line of fire. They're not too concerned about it. But I mean, it's Hollywood movie-making magic at its finest, let me tell you. It's it's the best of Schwarzenegger. It's the best of what you expect from action films, where the hero literally is standing up with his machine gun and just mowing down, 20 guys running at him at once. At one point, he hides behind a rose bush. I'm not sure how many bullets that's going to stop there, Arnie, but yeah, good times. it was funny. I was watching this movie with my wife at one point, and I'm like, that beach looks really familiar. This the island fortress. Evidently, it was that part was filmed in San Simeon, which is like right near where we got married. So I thought I'd recognize that beach. In fact, I went kayaking on that beach not 2 weeks ago. So there you have that. Originally, the script was written with Gene Simmons in mind, from Kiss. Yeah, that one. And he turned it down. I guess he had other things to do. He had, they were going to go on tour, perhaps. I don't know. Then it was going to be Nick Nolte, and he passed. And finally, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't a huge star at this point. I mean, people knew him. Obviously, he was in Terminator. He was in Conan. But this is one of the first movies where he gets to say a lot, frankly. So he said, yeah, I'll do it. Later, they were going to do a sequel about terrorists taking over a high office building based on a book. And they came to Schwarzenegger and said, hey, do you want to be John Matrix again, fighting off these terrorists? And he turned it down. And the reason he turned it down is because Conan the Destroyer, which is the sequel, obviously, to Conan the Barbarian, was such a flop that he's like, I'm not, obviously, America doesn't want sequels, so I'm out. So when he dropped out, they tried to cast a bunch of different actors, and they settled on a relatively new actor, Bruce Willis, and that became Die Hard. So, nice work there, Arnold. I guess he had a few hits after that anyway, nonetheless. So there's that. Also, the final shootout on the island, when he's invading the mansion where they're hiding Alyssa Milano. That's actually the same mansion where the shootout from Beverly Hills Cop occurs. So if you've seen those movies, they're the exact same building. And that's actually, that's in LA, I believe Beverly Hills, where that mansion is located. What else can I tell you? The villain, played by Vernon Wells, not to be confused with the Angels outfielder. This Vernon Wells was the guy from Road Warrior. He was the weird guy with the football pads and the mohawk. Again, the main henchman, yet again. Looks totally different in this one. He was also the villain in Weird Science, in that weird little scene where the mutants and the motorcycles appear. He was the main bad guy there as well, also with the mohawk. He didn't go with the mohawk this time. He said, you know what would Freddie Mercury do if he was to take this role? I think that's what I'll do. He was not the original actor chosen for this. He auditioned for it, but they cast somebody else, and for whatever reason, that actor dropped out. So if you watch this movie, his clothes are all skin tight, because evidently he's a much bigger actor than the guy who he replaced. It's not just a personal fashion choice, although it often looks like that. He has like a chain around his neck with like his dog tags, and he's wearing like this black T-shirt underneath the vest with like the sleeves rolled up. Very fancy. I mean, this movie is a riot. If you have not seen it lately, I highly recommend it. Again, one of the first movies where Arnold has a lot to say. So they said, you know what? Every line he says has got to be a bizarro one-liner. Everything. Most innocuous lines, unnecessary lines. At one point, he just finishes killing this evil Green Beret guy. And he takes his car keys and he says like, we'll take his car. He won't be needing it. Yeah. Not necessary. Probably could have just taken the car and said, oh, why don't we take his car, and left it at that. But yeah, obviously the guy who's impaled on the bar stool, not going to be doing a lot of driving these days. So that's Commando. It got a 69% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, which that means it's pretty good. Again, if you haven't seen it lately, it is streaming instantly on Netflix. So rush out and get it. I actually went and bought the Blu-ray because I really wanted that extra quality that really brings out the fine cinematography. Next week, we're going to be doing Summer School. This was actually, when somebody joins the B-Movie Club, when they subscribe, which you can do on YouTube, just go to my channel and sign up and subscribe. when people sign up, I give them the option, like, you know what, whichever movie you're looking for, whatever movie you want me to do, I will go ahead and discuss that, and that can be one of our movies. Our friend Melissa suggested Summer School, since this is the summer. There you go. Old classic with Mark Harmon. It's actually, I watched a couple weeks ago. It really holds up. It's fun. It's kind of goofy, but fun. So we'll be doing Summer School from 1987 next week. And then the week after that will be Samuel L. Jackson's Long Kiss Goodnight. Summer School is not streaming instantly, I know. So you're going to have to either, subscribe to Netflix and just have them mail it to you, or, go to Target. Maybe it's at the 99-cent store. I'm not sure. Find a copy. It's enjoyable. It's worth watching. We'll discuss that more next week. As I always do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a clip midweek, or it could be a trailer of Summer School, which you can look forward to. Please send me your questions, your comments, favorite quotes, and we'll discuss that. Commando. As I always end every episode, I end it with one of our favorite quotes from the movie. This was sent by one of our subscribers, Chad, I believe. I'm not going to set it up because I think it's more amusing when I don't set it up, totally out of context. Please don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.